All right, guys, you guys are welcome, and I'm really sorry for the problem we had earlier. So I just got my StreamYard account back. So just wait for a few people to join us. So just comment where you're chatting from and where you're watching us from. All right. So I think I'll need to be here alone for now.
Uh,
So yeah. All right. So guys, I'm really sorry for the other time. So guys, let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any question, guys, please do not hesitate to drop in the comment section. Okay, so I'll bring in this. We had some questions earlier this week, so I'm going to throw that question in for him before before I will attend to the question here online, and he will also answer some of the questions from here. All right, so Daniel, you're welcome. I'm really sorry for the other time. You have been here for all day. You've been here all day. I'm really sorry for what happened. All right. Okay. Isaac from Zambia, you're welcome. So he will reintroduce himself. We had glitch from the other live session we had. So what will happen is if you're seeing us clearly, if you're hearing me clearly, please notify me in the comment section if you're hearing me clearly and if you're seeing me clearly. So right now, Resposters, I think you take it off from there. Introduce yourself and let's know where and how.
Hi, Hi guys, my name is Rex. Sorry, my name is Franklin Ozoma. I'm also known as Rex Posters. I am from Lagos, Nigeria. I am a digital artist for movie posters. I'm also a photographer. I I've worked with a couple of I've worked on major blockbuster movies and a lot of movies all over the for years now, and I can say that it's an honor being here with you guys because um I I this means a lot for me, and it means a lot to me being here with you guys and then having this chat with you guys. Yeah.
All right. You're welcome to this channel, and this channel has been existing for a very long time, and I've been following you on Facebook and Instagram. Like I said, you don't know me, but I know you actually. I've been following you for years
I
now,
think I should be more
so
active. Yeah.
yeah. So we have a lot of questions here from a lot of subscribers, and I'll be asking you the questions and you throw more lights because I've been getting these questions from them, and actually, I needed somebody to answer this question. We've always have live session like this, and where we have time to answer questions and also enlighten um, people like us, like the upcoming graphic designers. So you guys are the boss. So the question which I have here is from okay from Design Dynamic. He said he is having an inability of getting clients and high paying clients actually for his brand. So I don't know. You have to throw enlighten us on how to get high paying clients for our brand. So I don't think he's actually online currently, but I think he will watch this video whenever it's being posted. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. So I would say from my perspective, put yourself in the put yourself in your client's shoes, right? Um um let's say I am a high paying client. I'm looking for a designer to do a logo for me, right? And I check on Instagram or I check on Google, graphic designer, and um that makes logos, right? And then I see your page, and what I'm seeing on your page is you posted today and 1 week ago or 3 weeks ago, and then you posted a logo, you posted your face, you posted a selfie of you and your girlfriend. So so it's more like it's a business, right? You have to be serious about it. You have to also put out content that relates to your business, and you have to be consistent and also show that you are active, right? So your clients knows that, oh, this person is working or this person is active. And it's also important to know that that is more of it's more like your online portfolio. You can be asked to send your portfolio. I think I think you are rarely asked about your portfolio only when you are working on a proposal, right? But you ask about but your page is your portfolio, which means it has to be neat, it has to be fancy, or it has to be in a place where you feel the client. I think it's more about presentation. It's about how you present it, right? Because I always heard the statement. There's a difference between plantain chips and bakery. Bakery, it's also plantain chips, but like in a local version, right? So there's a difference between it. So it's more how you sell yourself that determines how far you get and how these clients um would perceive you. Now you have done your page, you have put your page in order. You need to also understand that there is also a part of marketing that happens for big businesses, even even for a small business, it's meant up for also small businesses. For example, Coca-Cola as an example, as big as they are in Nigeria, or as people get to buy their products or their brand, right? People like they still put out content of doing billboards, doing adverts, Instagram adverts, Facebook adverts for a particular brand that you also buy every day. And this see, so their part is putting their brand in your face every single time. So no matter what you do, oh, what soft drink do I get? Oh, Coca-Cola, because you saw an advert somewhere because like so it's more of there has to be money allocated to doing adverts in doing marketing and in like Google marketing, doing Facebook marketing, doing Instagram marketing. As much as you make money as a brand, you also have to put back money into your business. As even your gadgets, your electricity, or every single part is very important. But I think marketing is the most or is the major part for me in terms of it has helped me scale because I can it's hard getting to find everybody, but it's easier when you are placed in a place where when people are scrolling, people can find you. So you also need to think far and wide in terms of how big do you want to get and how far do you want to really work on getting your business to that point where it is seen. And then when it is seen, then when they come to your page, like what do you give them? Like what what does your page carries that brings that brings their attention? That is what I feel about this, about the question. I think that's my answer to the question.
All right, all right, all right. So, guys, like I said, drop a question in the comment section. Okay, so the next question we have here is it's coming from Jamie Mood. He said, "How can one effectively keep up with bills as a freelancer when there's much guilt?"
Okay, so I would say okay, so it's one thing to make money and it's one thing to spend money, right? From my perspective, I don't have an expensive lifestyle. I don't know why. I wish I like clubbing or like going outside. But for someone that likes clubbing or likes having fun in a different manner, because I can stay at home for weeks and not do anything, right? But for me, it's more of um, if you have friends that like clubbing and they're also creative, right? But the sincere truth is you need to cut your quotes according to your size. Because as much as you are making money, if your lifestyle does not balance it, or you're not in a place where you can fund your, is it, yeah, you can fund your wants. It's not your need, it's your wants. It's like things you want to do. You can fund them. You need to also see, the more money you get, right? It can also be like this: the more money you get, the more money it will be, you can use to fund what you want to fund, right? So it's more of, the better you get, the better the opportunities of funding what you want. Like for example, you have to do electricity, what's in name, emergencies, and a bunch of things. You should treat yourself as a business also, where you do not spend the money for your business. I have a trick, right? I pay myself a salary and I pay my other staff salary alongside myself, right? So I don't get to spend the money that I make for my business, for myself, because because my business has its own budget, where it has to go for marketing, where it has to pay um for transportation, for shoots. So I am so you have to be sincere with yourself, right? As much as you want to spend money, and you have things to do, try to cut your quotes according to your size, and make sure you reduce your spending habits in order to in order to fix like in order to fix your lifestyle or something of that sort. Yeah, that's why I think so.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And I have a question here from Joseph. So he said he's an upcoming designer, and he don't know how. Like from his question, he said he don't know how to let people know that he's a designer. How to like for people to know that he does like he's a graphic designer. Like it's just more of just what you said earlier. Is more of like the first question was more of getting a client. Like his own problem is he don't
Yeah.
know how to let people know that okay, I do this, and how to let them know that okay, like for them to be aware that he's a graphic designer and them get attracted to him to get gigs from them. So that's his question.
I think I think the first answer actually answers some parts of it, right? Because it's more
Hmm.
of putting yourself in your client's shoes, because nobody wants to see you post. Yes, you say that that you sell hair, or or a food vendor, and you're posting comedy on your page, and you're posting things that are not related to what exactly you're doing, right? You can also do cold calling, right? Like, the sincere truth is, in my business, I did cold calling at the beginning, where I called at least 30 producers and said, "Oh, hi, I'm a graphic designer. I make posters. Um, can I send you my posters to your email?" I think I did that for 1 or 2 days, and I did like over 70 people. But I didn't end up getting a lot of callbacks. Some numbers did not go through. I did get a lot of callbacks, and it was just more of, I have to continue trying and make sure that my page is up to date, my page is good. So when somebody comes and say, "Oh, want to make a movie poster," okay, you are seeing the person's page. Okay, does this person's page have the capacity to carry our project? Because if you want to be in your client's shoes, you have to be realistic in terms of, will like, does my profile say he's good, he's versatile? Does my profile say he can do different style of designs or different style of projects? You have to be sincere with yourself. And I would also say, um throwing out designs on your page, in terms of where it's not a paid project. It's more of you just putting out content on your page, where it's more of, you're freestyling. You work on a freestyle of a logo or of a design. You put it out and you tag it freestyle. or you mention it, it's a freestyle. Like as much, so there's a trick, right? At the beginning of my page, like if you scroll down to Rex Post 30, the very first beginning, those designs were not for any project. They were just me freestyling and trying to build my profile
I think
and build my
I noticed
page.
something like that. I noticed that on your page. Like the guy went down, down, down to the very end.
So, but the fun part is I still do something like that till now because as much as I get to do projects, right, I also want to um put out content. I want to keep my page busy. I want to also try out different ideas because it's not because at the moment our Nigerian stories have not really explored to some kind of ideas, right? Or some designs have not really like some stories have not really like there's some stories that have yet to be touched. So I am just trying to put out content on those stories and see who will be interested to try it out. I've tried Sapphire, I've tried demonic. I've just tried some couple of things that when a project comes, oh, who did this or who was the designer that or oh, I've seen this idea somewhere that so I think Resposters can handle the poster because he has done something similar to this before. That gives you leverage. That puts you in a place where you have learned it or you have tried it out before. Test and learn. Put out content. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. Put out content. Be versatile. Try out things. You have nothing to lose as an upcoming. You have nothing to lose. You have really nothing to lose. Yep,
The
that's
next
the answer.
question. All right. So the next question we have here is actually, what is actually your take on, like, if you look at the graphic designers of our time in this our present Nigeria, everybody wants to do everything. You want to be a motion graphic designer, you want to be a poster designer, you want to be a flyer designer, you want to do everything. Like you want to do motion, you want to do video editing all in oneself. Like what is your take on that? Because I sometimes see adverts out there like brand looking for graphic designers, and on the characteristics the states there, they will be like, okay, you have to have the knowledge of this, you must have the knowledge of this, you must have the knowledge of this. Is it that a graphic designer is supposed to have all this knowledge? You have to be a motion designer, you have to
Nah,
be
in
like you
Nigeria
have
is different. In
to have
Nigerian story is
everything.
different. Jesus.
Mm. So is it that you have to have all these things? Because most of my subscribers here, they come to my DM and they'll be like, okay, um, I'm a graphic designer and I want to learn this again, and like they want to have everything for themselves. But I don't know. What is your take on this?
Okay, so I would say this, right? In my own opinion, it's more of I don't think you should limit yourself as a person or as a creative, right? I personally I know how to um handle a video camera in terms of cinematography. I know how to use After Effects. I know how to use Premiere Pro. I know how to use
Mm.
Photoshop. But I am focused on one part because of I feel I am more like like I can get to create better at that part. But I'm saying knowledge should not be like you should not limit yourself to learning or to finding um new things or to trying out new softwares. But I'm also saying that if you really want to be known or be seen or be heard, you need to decide inside everything you do. Pick out one that stands out for you and work with that. If it's branding you want to do, be very good at it because as much as you want to be good at everything, you can't really be good at everything if I'm being sincere with you. There is no much time. But you can learn the basics, you can learn to an extent, but choose one. I'm not down for brands that go for that are looking for a graphic designer that know how to do video editing, and like it's so wrong in a lot of ways. It's so wrong where you are looking for one person that can do a bunch of jobs. Where why not just pay people to do those jobs and do it well than one graphic designer that does everything and he's not putting his 100% in making sure that he's giving you the right input. I am more interested, even people that work for me. Like, I don't stretch you more than what your like more than your job description. If it's not your job description, I don't allow you. I would ask you if you can do it. If you can, then fine, let's go ahead with it. But I can't stretch you more than your job description. I am down for making sure that people are more productive in where they are or in what they are good at. You can learn, right? But so I'm saying do not limit yourself. You can learn, but do not put yourself in a box where you are not good at something and and you're good at and you're not really good at anything. You're not good at something and you're not good at anything. It's a bad place to be. It's a bad place to be.
All right. Actually, that was actually what I was expecting to hear from you anyway. And I believe those asking those questions, you guys are clear on this. So the other question we have is about softwares. Like
The software was okay.
the war is like is much. Like everybody wants to okay, Photoshop, the current draw, the Adobe package and all those stuff. So like what is your take on this? Must why do we actually fight about software and which one is more better than this one and that is better than this?
I would say it's not about the software. I don't think it's about the software. I think it's about the designer than the software. So, for example, I still use the old Photoshop, 2015 Photoshop, 2017 Photoshop, than the latest ones. And the latest ones have like different plugins and different exciting things, right, on it. But I'm comfortable with using the old ones if because for me is it's about my perspective, it's about my mind, it's about what I want to create. It's not about the software. When you limit yourself to think, oh, Photoshop is better than CorelDRAW, CorelDRAW is better than Photoshop. I don't know. I'm not sure which is better, but I'm down for the part that says that the person handling the software is the master of what is meant to create, not the software. It's like the software is an additional advantage, but the person is the most important thing. Your mind, what you are thinking about, what you like, your perspective, it's the most important thing than the software. Because if your perspective is because it's it starts with your mind first before it goes to your software. If you can't properly think about what you want to create, then it's hard, and then you're dependent on the software. There is a thing where I tell everybody that, or I tell upcomers in terms of I don't believe in my laptop because if I'm taken to a place or if I'm asked out for an interview, I can create every single thing I want to create on my laptop on a new laptop that does not have anything. So I don't have plugins, I don't have brushes, I don't have any fancy things. I use every single thing from Photoshop. And then if you take me out from my system to somewhere else or to a new system or to a new environment, I can work fluently because for me it's not about the software, it's about the person that's making the acts. So I think the fight is just unnecessary from my perspective. Anyone that works.
All right. Thank you very much. And I think this person is actually joining now. So she asked a similar question, but I would like you to clear her on this question. So I'm going to pin it to the screen so you can read for yourself. So she said, how possible can we get people or clients that would need our services as a graphic designer and clients that
Okay.
will pay better, like high paying ones. So she was actually specific, high paying clients.
If you want high paying clients, you have to go and find high paying clients. For example, right? Um, if I want to, if I'm into real estate, right, and I want to sell to people that can buy like lands or houses, and the money is not like that's like and and the money is between, okay, let me be specific. It's between 800K to 1.5. I'll go to a place that I can see 1.5 and 800K. If I want to find client that will pay me 30 million or 20 million for house or a real estate, I would go to a golf course. I would go to VI or Lekki or Banana Island. I would go to places, or I would find people that can pay. And then I would present myself in the place where the presentation matters, where you have to look the part, or look the part where you can you can say, okay, yes, I am working for this. Or so now I will bring it down to design, right? In design, your page matters, how your page looks, how your page is being presented, what your page looks like, how consistent is your post, um, how you present your designs, because you can make a design and then put it out. But if you present it in, let's say, you go and get a mock-up and you put your design in the mock-up and show people how your design would be if it's in a book cover, or if it's on a billboard outside, or if it's like, presenting matters also. So another part is getting your clients is making sure you are into publicity and marketing. I'm not talking about, yes, you can do hand flyers, complimentary cards, or you can go bigger and do Instagram adverts or Facebook adverts and spend more money and get more reach. Now, if you see a company, this is just a random idea, right? If you see a company where, oh, this company, I would like to work with them. Oh, you send them a DM, say, I'd like to make a free design for you, or I'd like to make a design for you, or a design for your brand if you need my services anytime. Let's say a free design. Just the first one is free, the next one you can pay for it. It's not actually limiting your it's not actually devaluing yourself, but it's more of presenting yourself in a place where you are willing to work and you want to work. And when the first design is done and the client likes it, now you have a client. Now you have a client that if the person comes back and say, oh, do a design for me, how much did it cost? You charge the person. And the person has already seen your value for the first one you already done. The person is interested in, fine, let's work with you and then see how far we can get. It's all about how you present yourself and how ready you are to work. And whenever you are working, make sure you're giving 100%, and make sure you are always in a place where every single time you are improving. So so because because high paying clients will demand high pay high valuable designs, like designs that have high value, like designs that look the part, or that look the money that they are paying, or the value they are giving. You need to also get better personally, and also put yourself in a place where in, and put yourself in the position to win. That's where I think it's the best place to be, in the position to win. Nothing beats that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, sorry for taking your time. I actually begged for 20 minutes, and I'm having a lot of questions here. Actually, sorry for taking your time.
No, it's fine.
And
I'm happy to
so,
answer.
all right. So, Stephen Mark said, all right. Part of the similar question he asked, he said, okay, how do I convince people to patronize my skills as a graphic designer?
Convince people. It's hard to convince people on a normal day. but everything is a skill that can be learned. Like you can learn it, like you can like in the beginning part also, I also had a time where I was learning, where I was watching YouTube videos on how to deal with clients, how to talk to clients, how to approach clients, how to look at a photo shoot, or how to or the proper dress sense of how I want to be approached. If you see me outside, I look like a creative person in terms of I have piercings, I have tattoos. I am calm. I present myself in a place where I am I am art on my own, where my dressing and my expression, or when you look at me, oh, is into entertainment or art. That's what I'm always being told every single time I'm outside. But so it's more of you need to present. Like presentation is very important as much as we want to downplay it. Presentation is very important. Like um when you are served a food like in a restaurant, right? And there are different kind of restaurants. If you're served a food in a in a low class restaurant, the way it's presented is different from the way it's presented when you go to a five-star restaurant and the way their food is being presented. You need to present yourself better. You need to also put yourself you, you need to make sure that you put yourself in your client's shoes, because as much as you are in a particular place where you do not understand like how some things work, research is very important. Making sure that your knowledge expands, or your ideas about a bunch of things always expand. I'm a huge fan of learning or finding knowledge of, okay, um like, and I also seek for help and I ask questions. Like there was a project I was working on where I wanted to send proposal to some clients that are not from Nigeria. I had to ask for help from someone that is also outside of Nigeria in order to figure out what's my approach and what I need to do. You need to also be ready for a lot of things, and also you need to try and then find knowledge and then try. Like you can't get anywhere if you are too scared to try. You need to try.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Promise is asking that how do you get to find? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, he said, how do you get to find to know the exact niche to base on working, the exact niche to base and keep working on? I don't know
Sorry,
if you
come
get the
again. Ask the
question.
question again. Sorry, I'm not sure I
He
get
said,
it.
how do you get to find? What is she right here? Okay, I'll put it on the screen. He said, how do you get to find to know the exact niche to base and keep working on? I don't know if you understand the
Okay.
question.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do.
Okay.
So I used to do logos. I used to do church flyers. I used to do like a bunch of different things back then. Right. So I would I would say I went for what I or for the part that is more challenging and is more curious. I went for so on a normal day I would have like my first choice is manipulation than movie posters is manipulation. I like taking things from somewhere and putting it somewhere and then see how it looks like. I can take someone's head and someone's body and place them together and try to make it make sense, right? I I am a curious person. I I would not I would not have excelled in logos, because if I stayed in logos, I would it would be boring for me. Church flyers would have killed me before my time, right? Because as much as I want to be putting birds and dove on somebody's hand and making everything look bright, I also want to have fun and and also be in a place where I can create what I want for something. So you need to figure out what exactly that interests you and what you want and what moves you, right? Sincere truth is, it's a love and hate situation. It's not going to be, oh, you love doing logos and every single day you're always happy and you're always doing logo. It's not that. It's a love and hate situation where there's some days where you don't want to work. There's some days where you want to work. There's some days where some clients are not helping in terms of the conversation you're having with your clients is just not helping. Or you made a poster, or you made a design and and they're being told no, or you're told make it pop, right? There's some things that you don't get to understand. Make sure you communicate, right? There's some like so it's not going to be all a joyride. It's a love and hate situation. Even for me, in making posters, there's some posters where it's hard creating. Where I have like there's a poster that I'm creating at the moment. If it's left for me, I'm done with it. But but there's an idea in my head that I need to create, or there's something I need to make, like so I need to make sure that I get it to that point where I'm happy with it before I send to my client. At some point you're not happy with some project, at some point some project work out, but you need to continue trying, right? You need to figure out what exactly you like, what exactly you don't like. You get to learn it in the process. Like, it's only when you try it to get to figure out, oh, this is what you like, or this is what you like better in choosing your niche. Sometimes it takes time in figuring out what exactly is the niche you want to follow. You can try this out. It takes time, but at some point you get to figure it out. You always get to figure it out at some point. But you have to continue trying and moving forward.
All right, thank you very much. So, the next question I'm having here is from Daniel. He said, um, the question is so long, so I'm going to break it in short. He said,
All right, sure.
how do you send like the red card, your red card? Like, how do you send it to? How do you send it to clients? Do you send by invoice or you kind of okay? Client just comes to you and asks you, okay, Rex, I want to design this, and you just type it out on WhatsApp or Instagram and just say on email. Say, okay, my rate is $2,000, $10,000. So how do you deal with this?
Okay, so I have a picture form. For me, I have a picture form. I learned it from a photographer that I did like an intern with for 6 months, where he has like a picture form where different packages are stated there, and 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 what you get from each package and the amount from each package, right? So for me, I also have that where this is the amount for this package, this is the amount for this package. So I don't actually so I have a stupid so I have this rule, right? I don't talk about money on phone. It's it's a rule that I have adapted for so long in terms of in case a client says no, this is not the amount that we agreed on. I have a chat about it. I don't talk about money on phone because I like having every single thing documented somewhere. If it's on the phone, it can be, you know, people's mouths and people's like decision can be switched and say, oh no, that's not what I said. But if it's on chat, so I would send you a picture form. You would have to tell me which package you choose, and then we can work with the package. I would choose to decide if I want to um just give you an extra outside of the package you chose, or stick to my guns, or stick to the package that I have given to you. I would choose to do that. I'm not forced to do a lot of like I'm not forced to do things that I don't want, only when I want to do it. So the package has to be transparent and simple, not too much. I have a picture form, but I'm saying from my perspective, it's more of it. It's more of if it's documented, you can send a PDF or something. As long as it's documented and the client specifies what exactly he wants he or she wants. You have to also make sure that your your rate card is it's simple to understand at first glance, and they don't come back to asking, "Oh, what's this? What's this?" Specify every single thing on your rate card, so it's easier.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much. The other question we have is this guy is asking how do you get inspiration for your design?
Inspiration. Inspiration. That's it. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Um. Okay. So for the industry I work on, I am more of a storyteller. Okay. So I'll give a perspective, right? At first, I was a normal designer. If you give me a project, I will ask you what's the project about, and then I'll make a design related to your project. Sometimes I would do some guesswork, some worked out, some won't. But when it comes to movie posters, you have to tell a story. You have to create an idea. You have to put yourself in the mind of who would see the end product of what you have created. So I became a storyteller when I became a movie poster designer, where I can imagine stories. Like if you're telling me about a story now, I already have picture imaginations already of what I want it to look like because I have bombarded myself with a lot of with a lot of ideas, a lot of posters. So I have my study time, I have my research time where I study and look at posters and then try to break down why the posters were made those ways or what the posters mean, right? I also have time where I meditate, where I have to make sure that my mind. So every morning I meditate because my mind has to be clear. Because every single time I'm working on a project, I need to be clear on the idea I want to create and what I want to create. As per inspiration, I do not know where my inspiration comes from. I don't know. I don't know. Till date, I don't know. I don't know. Like
It comes like a ghost.
yesterday night or yesterday night, I was thinking about somebody levitating and then blood coming out from his hands and then his mouth and it's dripping. It was just an idea. I was just it was just a random thing that happened. Like I was just thinking about it. Sometimes see it comes like for me, I don't know how it comes. Like I was like the project that I was working on that I said that I've not yet finished. While I was taking a shower, the idea on how to finish the project came just by taking a shower. Like for me, it's more of every single thing that I do. It's more of is like it comes. I don't have an idea. I can't be specific about it. Sometimes you force it in terms of you meditate and then try to find the idea, but sometimes it comes on its own. Like and when it comes on its own, like it's so beautiful where it's like it allows you to just I don't know where my ideas come from sincerely. I can't answer that sincerely because I don't still know.
That's
Till date I
that
don't. Well,
that that experience of going to the shower and coming out and as in there was a time I had similar experience. I had this logo I want to work on, and it took me like 1 week just to get the inspiration. And it was just my cutting, just the cutting. That's why I just got it. The cutting was just moving. It just happened. So it can actually happen, and inspiration is something that I can't explain it.
that's why I'm a huge fan. That's why I'm a huge fan of mental peace in terms of being in a place where you're not bothered about a lot of things or because things happen to us in normal day. Like we are humans and we get like a lot of things in normal day. But I'm saying making sure that you're in a place where your mind is not obstructed. For example, if I go through a breakup now, it will slightly affect my mind for a certain period of time, right? So it's more of I know what triggers my mind to not create properly. I know what it's very essential is making sure that my mind is in a place where I can create 100%. So I make sure that I don't get into any fights, into any arguments, or into any. I'm a huge fan of peace. So let's talk about things. Let's deal with things now and there, and it doesn't escalate more than there. So I make sure that. my mind is it's in a place where I can create. It's because it's the most important thing for me.
Nice. All right. So Promise said, Promise is asking, how do you get to deal with creative block? I don't know if you also fall prey to this.
All right, I do, but not really. I do, but not anymore like that. I found a technique for myself. I stay ahead of my creative block. I stay ahead of my creative block. So creative block is actually when your mind does not allow you to visualize properly. And a design you're working on may be great though and may be good though, but your mind is saying that, or your perspective is saying that this is not going like this does not work. But the design is good. The design is great, but it's just your mind blocking you. I would say I stay ahead of my creative block by research and my study. My study requires me to look at a lot of posters and make sure that my mental energy is being fed every single time. It's being fed by different ideas, different perspective, and different designs and new designs. I also have a part where I for when I want to work, I do not rush into a design. I do not rush because when you rush into a design, you don't get to think clearly
You're
about
rushing.
what the design is. Make sure you have a part where, but there's sometimes when okay, so the beginning of the ending of last year, it's been long since I did heavy manipulation. I have like a thing where I call heavy manipulation, where I can create an environment, like a new environment in manipulation. There are some easy manipulation where it's just snap a picture, put a background, that's all, and then put the text, that's all. But heavy manipulation takes time. It takes me like 3, 5, 6 hours to work on a design. It's been long since I did heavy manipulation, and going back to do heavy manipulation after taking a lot of time because I was working on different projects that required less manipulation and more of storytelling on it. But for heavy manipulation, I needed to be in a place where I had to watch YouTube speed art or YouTube videos back again and watch speed art and watch um, people make heavy manipulations in order to inspire myself or encourage myself that, oh fine, I can do it. So it's more of um at some point you have to feed your eyes, feed your mind, make sure that every part of you is in a place where it's not choked with a lot of things. So creative block happens, but making sure that you are above it, or making sure that you try as much as possible to stay in a place where it does not kill your mental perspective. It happens to everybody. It will happen to it will happen. Mm, Even no matter how much I say I stay above it, sometimes it comes, right? But
Yeah.
I'm always ready. I am always ready. Anytime, always ready.
You're, you're an inspiration yourself anyway, because because this guy you're looking here is looking up to you. We're all looking up to you, bro. So, Promise is asking, how can I get better making great designs like the pros, or let me say like you.
Um,
That sounds
um,
funny.
I think I am hard on myself than people do know. Like I don't like a design 48 hours after I make it. I don't like a design
Come
48 hours
again.
after I make it.
Come
Um,
again.
I don't like a design 48. I don't like a design 48 hours after I create it, right?
Yeah,
I'm very hard on myself. I push myself
you're
and
not
try to
you're,
find
you're not
my
you're not
extreme.
satisfied. You're not satisfied.
I am I am never satisfied. There's never not. I'm never satisfied
Yeah.
with anything I create. I'm in a place where I I sleep less in terms of I can have 2 3 hours of sleep and I'm fine. My
Oh,
max is always 4 hours of sleep, right? But it's not because of there's like a pressing job to do, but it's more of I just want to get better. I just want to get better. As like I just want more. I just want more. That's my perspective. I just want more. I want to get better. I want to be. I don't know if I want to be the best, but I want to get better. I want to be better than I was what's it? Last week. Every single month, I am better than I was last month, than the previous month. I am always pushing myself. I'm always trying to be a better version of myself. Or I am always trying to make sure that I am above where I used to be. I want to get better every single time. That's my perspective. So it will take time if you really want to get to where I am. To take time because you need to also be in a place where you are willing to learn and change your perspective. So there's something that I do every single beginning of every year. I relearn some things that I know, relearn it all over again. Even though I know them, I relearn them. I relearn photography again. I relearn editing again. I try to switch up what I know. It's like I am a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of wanting to get better. So if you want to learn or if you want to be in where I am or get to a level where I am, you have to really be slightly harder than me. Slightly harder than me. I'm saying, but you can't do it. I think it can be done because if you even though you want to get to my level now, I also want to get to like the next level. I am not. I am not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not satisfied with myself in any way. No matter how much awards that I get or recognition I get, I would still want to create more. I would still want to work on more jobs. Yeah.
all right. I think we're taking much time here, so I want to round up this section, and I'll take a
Okay.
few more questions. So, Gloria said, "How can you say that you are never okay? That you don't like a design after 48 hours of creating it?"
Um.
Sorry, we lost your camera. Okay, thank you. You're
Sorry.
back.
I'm having issues with my camera. Um. All right. Sorry.
All right, guys. So don't
Back.
forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right. So we're waiting for him. I think he's having issue with his camera.
All right. Can you see me now?
Not really. All right. So before he comes up with his camera, guys, if you have watched this movie, this is actually one of his design. All right. He actually created this design for this awesome movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it. But I think he's back. So I think you can take the questions
It's
from
the
here.
biggest. It's the biggest movie right now in Nigeria in terms of it's the highest grossing movie in Nigeria at the moment. So
Yeah.
640 million.
Seen the name anyway, but maybe I'll make out time because. All right. So she said, how can you say that you are not okay? You like you don't like a design 48 hours after creating it?
Um. Okay. So I told my assistant a couple of days back that I am interested in the next thing. I'm interested in after I work on something. I'm interested in the next thing. I'm less interested in what I have gone past. I'm interested in what next, in the next project to work on, or in the next idea that I have not yet done. I'm interested in the next thing. I'm not interested in what I haven't done or what I have done already. So my perspective is I want more and I am moving on to the next thing or I want to do the next thing. That's my perspective. I'm not in a place where I am thinking of, oh, okay, I have done the biggest, oh, let me chill. I want to do more. If I lose a project or if I don't work on a project, it's kind of like I feel it, but I would move on to the next thing, right? I want to, I want the next thing, that's just my thing, right? I just want the next thing. I don't like dwelling on what I've done. I just want to create the next thing, the next idea, because there are a lot of ideas that has not been created or that needs to be created. You can't keep dwelling on just the one you have created because there are bigger things in the world to achieve. There are bigger things to aim for.
Okay, so thank you very, very much. And I think I'll take just three questions, and I'll allow you to rest because I think I'm
Right. Ah, it's
taking more
fine.
of the
No
time
problem.
actually. So, the question is, what is your take on like in this industry of graphic design? We have a lot of competitions, a lot of competitions. Like you see a graphic designer seeing his fellow designer. Like, okay, let me put it this way: I fall victim of this. If I see a job better than mine, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like I'm not good at what I do. But
Yeah,
design they say is actually like it has no rules, just create.
yeah.
Design is beautiful. So, what is your take on is my own craft? Am I supposed to be okay with my own craft and the other person okay with his own craft? And what is your take?
All right. I think it's more of I think it's more of you versus you situation for me in terms of as much as because see there are bigger designers out there in Hollywood that are bigger than me, right? That I want to get to that kind of level, right? In Nollywood, I may be the biggest, but I have seen designs that oh looks good, right? But I am more interested in what I am create like in I see my competitions. I see them doing well. I see them doing good. Oh, great. But I am more of so I am more of a perspective of dominate, don't compete. I will dominate than compete. I prefer that. I prefer to dominate than compete. So I'm in a place where I will dominate an industry if I come or if I get to a particular place than compete with everybody. As much as I'm seeing some people growing and coming closer to where I am, I'm happy for them. Everybody should win. But if I'm being sincere with you, I am very competitive. If you like that's why I have a perspective or an ideology of not being satisfied to the part where I would not want to sleep. I want to also get better. I want to work more. I want to go for more shoots. I want to have more jobs. No matter if my no matter if my table is choked. I want to do more jobs. I want to do more, right? So I have the perspective where I don't want to stop. I want to continue putting out more content. That's where I am. So it's good to have competitions, but it's for you to choose if you want to be bigger than your competitions or not, or let us be competing each other. That's fine. But I would choose to be bigger than my competitions. That's where I am, or that's where I stand. That's the most important part for me, or that's the
All
most
right,
important thing for me.
all right. That's nice. All right, thank you very much. Anyway, so because Promise is actually saying that she sometimes get oppressed by seeing other designs out there, and sometimes she feel like okay, these designs might not they are not created by humans. Like she feels so bad seeing better design out there and comparing it to her own creative mind. So that's the problem. Everybody, let me not say everybody. That's the problem, and that's the question I do get most of the time. So the next question I want to ask you is, how do you deal with some clients? Like somebody asked a question here. He said, how do you deal with bad clients? The client that wants to use you and dump you. How do you deal with such clients?
I don't think they are bad clients. I think some experiences are there for you to learn from from some experiences. Now, it's happening to you again. It's because of you chose for it to happen again. Because I would say from my experience from working on a lot of projects, there's some things I've learned. There's some things that I've learned on how to deal with people or how to deal with clients, right? I would not have known all these things if I did not experience these clients. So it's also how you deal with the situation where it is more of um, yes, you have bad clients, but how do you deal with it? If the client is not being reasonable, like there's a project that I work on, I'm going to refund the money back, not because of I would not have accepted what the person wanted me to design, but there was no room for me to create what I wanted to create in terms of I I lacked creative freedom if I work on the project. I lack creative freedom or artistic satisfaction, right? I want to be in a place where I told myself that I want to be in a place where I want to control from the design, from the photography, even if um, even if I'm not the one shooting it, to the final stage. I want to be happy with what I'm creating, or slightly happy with what I'm creating. Um, there are some, so I am very conscious of who I work with because I want to be my best, and I want to also be in a place where I um as much as I'm making you happy as a client, I'm also making myself happy as a creator, where we are both happy on the project because it's a collaboration. Even though you see them as a client, it's also a collaboration where we are collaborating and working on a project, right? It's a collaboration. I'm listening to you talk about um the kind of color you want to use, the kind of design, what your design is going to be about. I'm listening to you talk about every single part. And also it's also important for me to know that um, as much as you have a perspective, I also have a perspective. We can work together to create something and make compromises at some point and create a design out of like and create a good final product.
All right, thank you very much. So the final question I want to ask you is, can you actually give up, like, can you give up a contract of $10,000 because, like, can you give it up because the client is not, like, is stressing you, and you're trying to, you know, you're trying to convince this client that, okay, this creative would actually work, but the client is not buying the idea. Can you call off the contract, or you keep pushing to make sure you satisfy that client?
I'm not sure I've worked with difficult like that I have difficult clients. So I would say it's like this, right? When I first started, I had a lot of difficult clients because there was a problem where it was I was not in control of the pictures I was working with. I got pictures from them and I was told, yeah, make a design out of it. Now I'm in a place where if I want to work on a project, I would discuss the idea, the perspective of what the project is going to be about with you. You're going to agree with it before we move forward to the shoot. So you agree with it, then move forward to the shoot. Then when I make design, you won't tell me no because it was the idea that I shared with you. You make your changes because oh, you don't like this and this. You want to change this, you want to change the text. Like it's easier working with clients now than because I figured out that there was a problem that I was not meeting up to, and I had to figure out, okay, how do I cut away this problem? Now, money is very important. $10,000, I'm not going to lose it. I'm working with it. I'm working with it. I will make sure that I am calm and I will try to make it work. But that money is very important.
It's really important.
Because money is important. Because money is important. It's important for your
Yeah.
business. It's important for your life. Can I ask? Can I get one last question before I go? Then I'm fine.
All right. So why I actually asked that question is because I have this is a white man, so he actually gave up like a contract worth millions of naira out because the client was stressing him. He was like, okay, you're not buying my idea, so go get another person.
It's true. If you're above some things, it's fine. It's fine. Like the project that I turned down, the money is good. Is it's like it's in dollars, but it is cool cash in naira, right? But it's something that if I'm sincere with myself, I can make that money in 1 week. If I want to like for projects, I can make that money in 1 week. And it was just not working for me. Like it was, do I want to go through this stress and take this money is it, or does my or or I'm good. I don't need the stress and then I refund the money. That's your choice to make. It's always your choice to make. It's always your choice to make.
I have a question here from Promise. So she's asking, Promise, if I get your question right, please indicate. So she's asking that how do you deal with clients that pays like a low paying client? Like, do you keep up, according to the question she asked, do you keep up, okay, let me get the question again. Okay, that the clients pay less but demand more from you. You understand? So how do you deal with such clients?
I don't do more than my job description. I don't do my job like I said, I can only do more than my job description if I want to do. But I don't do more than my job description. I only stick to my guns and stick to my job description. That's all I do. Like there was a client that told me, oh, that she wants to edit some pictures. I told her that I would charge it for that. I would charge for it. That's so there's also a client that said that, oh, she wants to resize, she wants to do a resize for for the posters that I've already done. I'm charging for the resize. Like in my job description, it was make a poster and do a shoot. And she was saying that what I'm charging for the resize is not just resizing the poster that I have already done. And I said that it's not part of my job description. She threatened not to come back again, but it's simple. Not part of my job description. If it's not, it's not. It's not rocket science. I don't do more than I'm paid for. I can
Okay,
only do
so
it only when I'm interested in it.
what if the what if the client is demanding more? Do you add up to your bills or do you
Yes,
just
now I will charge you more now. I'll charge you. I will tell you plainly. I'm very direct when I work with people. Like I will tell you, oh, this does not work for me, or oh, okay, this is fine. I'm very direct. I don't try to pamper anybody's ego or anything. I will tell you this is the like this does not work. Okay, okay, this work. Okay, let's try something. I will tell you directly. I will not go through corners. So
okay?
it's
So
simpler and then direct.
yeah. Nice. So you have to be direct. You have to be direct to your clients and straightforward. So Promise is asking that: do you begin like as a beginner? Do you start charging low? Promise, I believe I'm getting your question right. Do you start charging low before as you grow you start charging higher, or do you like? I think your question is correct, right? Because the way you typed it here
Yeah, I think
is
I understand. I think I understand it.
okay.
Uh, So for me, it's the more you get better and the more you improve, the more your charges should be high, and the more your demand. Like my demand right now has changed from what it used to be in 2019. I am I have more demands, right? It's in economics, demand and supply. The more demand, the higher the demand, it's still in the middle, or it's either you increase, right? So the more I get better or the more I improve. So for me, it's more of a strategy of next 3 or 6 months, my price will increase because my demand will also increase, or where I am always increases because I'm always in a place where I want to get better and get further. So yeah, so start small and then grow from there, climb the ladder from there.
All right, that's cool. So, what advice do you have for graphic designers? So, do you suggest or do you advise designers to work with like have a company you work with and do freelancing, or do you prefer or do you advise a graphic designer to do freelance and not
I
like
can't
working for? Because I've seen some designers they be like, okay, I want to be alone. I don't want stress. I don't want calling anybody boss. I don't want to be under anybody or any company answering boss, boss, boss. So what's your take on that?
I don't feel everybody can be number one in a company. I don't think okay, so let me give an like so I don't think um everybody can handle the pressure of being a CEO, or of being the one that handles everything in the company. I don't think everybody can handle it. Um, I am more of a number one. Sometimes I act like number three in terms of I for some projects I would allow some people to like instead of me going for the shoot myself, somebody else will go for the shoots than me going for the shoot, and I would give the person so the person would take that responsibility than me taking the responsibility. I have someone that schedules for me and schedules my work. I would like to, so I used to schedule for myself before, but it was too much. So now I have a place where I am, I know what I want to do, or I know the next project that comes in. My scheduler knows every single thing about every project and and projects and the progress of every project. If you can work for a company, work for a company. If you think you can work alone or work in a group, choose what you want. But test and learn. Choose what works for you and choose what doesn't work for you. For example, for some projects, like there are some projects that okay, so for some projects, so there's a project rattlesnake. I work in a project rattlesnake. I came on it as a freelancer and they had like their designers on it. I acted like a number three in terms of I was not the one calling the shots of what designs to create. I just watched them and I did my part and submitted my part, which everybody liked, and then I moved on to the next project. I'm not there to say, oh, this is okay. Let's do the design. Let's work on this. That's not my part. My part is I come and do my part, then I move forward. You don't have to always. So you choose what works for you. If you want to be number one of your company, you want to work alone, you want to work with somebody, choose what works for you. It's very important to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
All right.
If you
So
adding more
Promise is
people to your
asking.
yeah,
So Promise is asking that if you have a client that like you have a client you're working for, and you give a specific price for this for that contract, and because of your price the client disappears, and along the line he appears again, and okay, and demand for your service, are you going to like keep up to the old charge, or like, and your charges have changed actually, so are you going to like carry along with the new price you have, or you're going to like continue from where you stopped?
If your prices are changed and you feel you want to communicate that to your client, then communicate that to your client. Like, we
Okay.
don't expect everybody to stay in a particular position and be stagnant and be waiting for you to come back. Right? People are meant to move forward and also improve. Right? If if the money that you if the rate you saw, I am higher than the rate now, I will tell you. Or if I'm willing to compromise and work with you on a more established rate, or the last one I sent to you, I can do that. It's also my choice. But it's more of, I don't expect anybody to be in a particular place or to charge the same than what they did last 2 years or last year.
All right, nice one. So, how do you communicate with your clients whenever your prices have changed? Like you've upgraded your red card. So, how do you communicate with your client and
No,
tell
you
them,
say it
okay,
now. No, you say it. You use, like I said, I'm direct. I'll tell you, sorry, this doesn't work. I'll say sorry. My my rate has increased during this period of time. It's no longer the same. I'm direct with you. I'll tell you, if it doesn't work for you, it's fine. I don't believe everybody is for you, or you're meant to work with everybody. Some clients are for you, some clients are not for you, right? So it's more of, the ones that want to work with you have seen the value that you can give and what you can offer. That's why they're working with you.
all right, nice one. So, actually, they are demanding for your Instagram handle. So, I'm going to drop it on the screen for them to follow. All right.
Thank you,
So,
guys. It's an honor being
I'm
here,
doing
man.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so this is his I think I'm correct, right? At Resposters. So this is
Yes,
the
it
Instagram
is.
handle of Resposters. All right, so you can follow and check out his. Are you on YouTube?
No, not yet. I'm still behind.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Like I said, we are looking up to you, and I've been following your work for a very long time. And man, I would say you are like you are there. You're there. So
Thank you
we're
so
hoping to
much.
be there soon. We're hoping to be there soon. So thank you for joining us. And I believe there's no question here. Okay, sorry. We have one last question. Sorry.
I'm not sure
Sorry.
I'm going to answer because I think it's my time.
All right.
I'm
So he
taking more
said,
time because I have like schedules.
all right. So as a beginner who wants people to know what I do now, do I need to create another account or just readjust my content towards what I do? Okay, you mentioned earlier that if you're like you have to brand your social media like your Instagram, not posting okay, today you're posting relationship, you're posting your picture, you're posting your job, you're posting what you're doing, like you're confusing the whole thing. So what he's saying is, do will he have to rebrand his Instagram handle or open another account for his brand? Oh, I think we lost him here. We lost him here. Hello, can you hear me? Oh, all right, guys. So actually, I can't drop his WhatsApp number here, please, guys. I can't drop his WhatsApp number. All right, I can't drop his WhatsApp number. Sorry for that. So if you have any other question, guys, you have my Instagram, you have my WhatsApp, you have my Facebook, and you can drop question here anytime, any day. So I'll be bringing up another person in the nearest future for you guys. All right. So if you anybody want to see on this channel, comments below, and I'm going to bring that person for you guys to answer all your questions. All right. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and thank you for joining. And see you guys in my next video. Bye.